Space Shuttle, this is flight safety. Keep your hands on the handrail or inside the vehicle and remain seated while in motion. You are clear for launch. Have a great flight to Starport 75.
Hey, Glenn.
Chris, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Good.
You don't want to know why?
Why?
It's only been a week since we recorded the last show.
I know.
This is becoming like a regular gig, like for real.
It's kind of cool.
Man, those checks are going to come pouring in.
I know. Well, last week's show was so good, and so much has happened,
Yeah. You know why it was so good? What I heard from a lot of people?
What? Why?
Because I did all the talking. So
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with that.
no. Today it's your turn. So it's the Glenn show today. Plus you got a big event coming up here soon. I don't know when you're releasing this, but yeah.
I'll
You all
probably
packed?
release it the day we leave.
Everything in the car? You ready to go?
No, I'm not even packed. I'll pack tomorrow night.
Yeah. Oh, it's exciting.
It is.
That's the one thing I miss. I guess I kind of get that when I go on the cruise, but I miss that sort of, packing for the adventure. We're going to be climbing a mountain. So
Yeah, we've had the countdown going for, I think 100 days we started or so. So it's down to single digits now.
Oh, you have like a whiteboard or something, I think you
We
said?
do. We have a little chalkboard. I bought it. I think I
actual
bought it
chalk?
at Michael's.
Oh, wow.
And it's it has a days until printed on, and then a little chalkboard thing, and then on the right it's another like a rectangle chalkboard that you can write whatever you're counting down to. So
Okay.
every day we erase it and put up another number.
Well, that's cool. Now, are you like, because you're a control freak, are you like, hey, this is my board, nobody touch this, Daddy controls the numbers? Or do you let the family share in the fun of counting down the numbers?
They actually did it last night or today. So yeah, no, I don't care as long as the number goes down. I really don't care.
As long as they get the math right.
That's right.
Dad's all right with it. Okay. Well, pretty soon. And then you're all set. You got your plans all set. You know where to go get your special annual pass magnets. You know where they're giving those out at?
I do.
Because they have that new one now, right?
I know at Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
Donald Duck.
Yep.
First time ever.
I was going to say that. I don't think I've seen a Donald before.
No, now they're starting with, the variants, right?
Yeah. So, and you put these things on your car, is that right?
I would put them all over the car if I could. If I had enough, I would put them all over the car, yes.
Really? Well, I sent you a picture of a car I saw the other day that had it was they were on the front wheel well, the front, what do you call that thing? Goes over the tire, over the wheel. What is that?
Yeah, the wheel well.
Okay. I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like 6 of those just kind of draped around that, following the curve of that thing. That was a little crazy. What is the point?
Insane.
I don't have these on my car. What drives you people to feel the need to put these on your car? Because to me, this is like, I don't know. It's like, why don't I just tape the fact that I'm a Duke Energy customer on my car. I don't understand especially here in Orlando, every other person here is an annual pass holder. So, I mean, they should have a sticker for people who aren't annual pass holders, and they put those on their car.
Yeah,
So
and I think it's a
explain to
different. I think that's it. I think it's a different experience because we don't. So here in good old Louisiana, it shows you're a super fan, right? It shows you're
I guess
pass holder because they're rare, but you do see them every now and then. It's like, oh hey, look, another pass holder.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all. So if you have a rare one that's different than the orange Mickey, that's even you're a super.
So let's talk about this for a second, because you and I, you talk about the rarity, whatever. Because you and I had this debate about these AP magnets, I don't know, a month or so ago. Because that's the boring life we have, is to, even when we're not doing the show, is to argue about petty things like this, right? And you obviously took the side you're still on, which you liked them, and I was still on the, I just don't understand it until I learned something. And you're going to say, well, yeah, dummy, how did you not know this? Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. It never clicked in my head that they have different versions of these. Because I always just got them in the mail, like with our renewal. Mm-hmm. And all they say to me is, wow, you just spent thousands of dollars. And so I'm like, I don't need to be reminded of that all the time. So they literally just went like almost immediately in the trash, right? But then I don't know what happened this year that I realized, maybe because we were talking about it, but now I realize they changed the design. I don't know if it's every year or somewhat regularly of the standard ones they send out, right?
Do they?
I'm sure they do. Yeah, because the very first ones I've got, and I was just the, I don't know what they're called. You know those stickers that they put on cars in Europe that have just like the 3-letter designation for the country? I'm sure there's a formal name for that. It looked like that. It was just a what did it say? AP with a little Mickey in the middle.
Yeah,
right? But it looked
which
like
I
that
always
style.
see as AVP.
Okay. All right. I don't
When I
understand
see it quick, that's what it looks like to me.
that. AVP.
I hate
Okay.
those. Those are awful.
Okay. Well, that's probably where I got it cemented in my head that I don't like them, because I thought they were stupid, because it seemed like for a while, like everybody was doing those bumper stickers or car magnets that look like those European country code things.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody had a little joke that went with that. So I was like, well, this just seems stupid to me. And then all it says is, hey, I just spent, thousands of dollars for Disney park passes. Right. So I just kind of immediately put it out of my head. But then like this year's I got, and it's that whole different design, right? It's Mickey, what sort of silhouette or semi-silhouette with the circle, whatever. And it's different. And now they have these special ones. Like this was when I saw and I learned from our show that they were going to have the Flower and Garden one, right? Then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Now they have special ones that now it became a collecting thing, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, but it wasn't before. So I haven't gotten around to like wanting to put one on my car, but now that I see there's different varieties, now I'm kind of into this thing.
That's
So
nice.
now I was actually somehow, I guess I kept one. I was just cleaning up some old files and things. I had some old Disney things I had been hanging on to, and I had one of I think it was, maybe one of the first ones that came out. So I have one of those, and we have the Flower and Garden one, and I got the standard one from this year, and of course now I have to go get Donald Duck, right?
Sure,
Because
of course.
that's the thing. So this is all your fault. I was perfectly happy being blissfully ignorant of any issue in collectability of these things, but I didn't realize that they were this collectible. Did you know this all this time? Or just like
No, so I mean, so that first one was the first magnet that they did, and they had that for a few years, and then I guess they decided to brand pass holders, right? And come out with that orange. So when you go to the parks, they have the signs, and so it's
oh yeah, okay.
everything
So
is
kind
branded
of
the same way, and so a couple years ago they came out with this the orange one, and then last December. Was the first time that they did a variant, and it was for the holidays, right? So it's Mickey, but there's a blue background, and there's Christmas lights around it.
Right. Yeah, I did see that one. I don't have that one.
Yeah, so that was the first one, and then I guess I think it went over, pretty well,
Right.
because I think there's a lot of collectors in.
Well, collectors, and it makes sense
over.
because it's advertising. People throw them on their
Oh,
cars,
absolutely.
and just
Sure.
like all these cars driving around, advertising Disney.
Right, and because they're standardized now, and you see that, that's what you think of, right? So it's pretty good. So then they said, okay, for the Flower and Garden Festival, let's put out two, and so they did a Mickey one, and it was available for the first half, and then they have a mini one out now.
Yeah.
And then they have come out with Donald, so I assume they're just going to keep it up and keep releasing new ones, as the year goes on. But I think that Mickey one will be the standard one that you get when you sign up,
Right. And then they have these little event ones.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they have a Star Wars one, buddy. I'm going to have to get that one. So
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
you'll
guess
have to get
this-
two.
Well, yeah. Technically, I can get three, thankfully. So
Yeah.
for you.
For me, because I don't think I'm going to
okay.
renew. So
Yeah. Oh no, I'll turn you around. So 15% discount if you renew. What are you talking about? You got to do it. Just got it. Anyway, and anecdotally, it's because you mentioned the two for Flower and Garden. I have seen, I'll say quite a number, but maybe it's 5, but it's stuck in my head. I've seen many cars that have the standard Mickey one and the Flower and Garden mini one. I have never seen a car that has the Mickey and Minnie from Flower and Garden, which leads me to believe. I wonder if that is just starting to catch on, people realizing they're doing this more, and so more people got the second round of those, not realizing the first ones were there. Or I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, but
Could
it seems
be.
like
I don't know. But
seems like they're picking up steam and interest in these.
Yeah.
And now I want the Donald one, and now I'm sucked
Right.
into this. It's pins all over again. It's pin trading all over.
I will give a little teaser since you brought it up.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give a little teaser for our next episode. We are going to talk about pin trading.
Oh, you're putting a marker in the ground, huh?
Yes.
Okay. If
Okay.
we don't do it, it'll disappoint people.
Oh no. We it's going to be a main topic of our
Oh my
next
goodness.
episode.
I can't wait. Okay. What are we going to do? We both take the pro side. Then we got to have to have somebody else.
Well,
on the show.
we'll see. I'm not
Okay.
going to say too much, but we'll
Okay.
see.
right,
But
all right.
it will be a topic.
No, I can't wait. All right. Cool. Yeah. So that's what it feels like a little bit. And I did that because now I started to wonder. I'm like, well, these are collectible things, but people put them on their cars, like. And we're walking past a few in the parking lot, and I wasn't tempted to take any because I'm a law-abiding citizen. But they actually, when you pick them up, I can't remember if there's a sign there or something. Like they literally without actually saying so, or maybe they actually did. They said, we are not responsible if they get stolen. You get one for your pass holder, and that's it.
Really?
So be careful.
But you do get one per pass holder?
Per pass holder, right? So you get 4, right?
Okay.
So,
well, no, that's why I'm asking, because I will get 4 then, if that's the case.
Yeah, you get 4. Yeah, and it seems so silly that they're so. I mean, I guess I understand why, but it's so like. It's almost like getting bread rations during the war. You got to line up. You have to have your yellow plastic card. I think they had to have that. They couldn't just do it with the bands. I'm not sure why, but it's the same thing when you get discounts at like the stores, right? They have to see the card for some reason. Do you know why that is? I've never thought about it.
Okay, I'm going to guess and say it's probably too easy. Even though you write your own name on your annual pass, I think it's too easy to give somebody your band, right? And they can just go, oh, hey, I'm an annual pass, and they could scan it. Oh, yeah, okay. It would pass everything, right? But the card, they could check it against your license, right? And say, oh, okay, well, you're really Glenn Welch. But it's not like so for me, when I went to get my annual pass, she gave me the yellow cards, and she said, okay, write each person's name on each card. And so I had to write them. It's not like it printed on the card, but they watched while I wrote everybody's name so that they would each be identifiable. And so when I go to, because I know I have had to show my license with it for a couple times. So, they're looking at it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but wouldn't it be even more secure because the bands have that information embedded in them, right? Couldn't they just scan that? And then, I just don't know why the cards are seen as more secure, more genuine than the bands. But what do I know? Yeah. And they do that like parking this last time. It seemed like the dumbest thing. We drive in, and sometimes I've probably said this before, but sometimes they like check our card thoroughly, and other times they just wave us in. I can't figure out why the difference. But last time they took my card and they looked at the back and they said, "What's your last name?" And I'm like, seriously, if you don't think like I'm going to use somebody else's card, wouldn't that be like the thing I studied would be like the name? Oh yes, my name is Welch. I mean,
I think you'd be surprised.
It seemed like a really poor security method.
But I think you'd be surprised. I've had to catch a lot of people.
Honey, what's our name again?
Yeah, seriously.
All right, then you got no business breaking the law if you can't.
I agree, but if you're gonna be that dumb and they can catch you that easily, then and make $22 doing it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a pretty formal process. You got to go there in the line. You got to get out your yellow pass holder card with your driver's license, which was difficult for the 6-year-old. But and they like practically hand them to you on a platter, and like don't ask for any more. That's it. That's what you get.
You only
One
get
per.
4.
That's it. If it gets stolen, it's on you.
Yeah.
So don't put it on your car. Well, don't put all of them on your car.
I probably wouldn't do it at Disney World, because
I think because too many. Right.
Right. So
I bet Donald will be the most thefted one yet, just because it's there are a lot of. I'm not one of them, but there are a lot of big Donald fans out there.
Sure.
And it's unusual.
You don't like Donald?
I didn't say I don't like him. I'm just not. No, I take it back. I don't like Donald.
Really?
I don't even understand him as a character. I'm like, why is he so angry all the time? Like, I don't need to see that. If I want to see that, I got mirrors at home.
Funny.
Is it? I don't even understand what he's saying most of the time. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I think they're awesome.
I like
well, yeah, it's clear why you like them. I like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They seem awesome. And Scrooge McDuck. I like the rest of the clan. I don't know. I want to like Donald. Like graphically, I like the character. Like I like his design and his colors, and I like the whole nautical thing. And I don't know. It's that I don't know. Whatever. That voice.
All right. Well.
Whatever. So I think you have to go to the studios for those things, right?
Yes. For Donald, you do.
Actually, hey, while I'm complaining about things,
okay,
and we talked about the studios, can I complain about something about the studios that I just realized the other day really bugs me?
Yes,
I'm curious if I'm so afraid to say this. I'm curious if this has ever occurred to you and whether it bothers you or not. Okay, so bear with me.
Okay.
Hear me out before you tell me what an idiot I am. Okay.
All right.
So just like every other show. So the other day I was doing some things with maps. Right, I was doing working on Park Leap and doing some like distance calculations and things, looking up geolocations of different things and stuff like that. Because I told you we're working on some update that includes that kind of stuff. And so I'm looking at, I look at the Magic Kingdom and I look at the Epcot and I'm looking at the studios and I went, aha, this has always bugged me and I've never like thought of it in those terms. Which way is the Magic Kingdom oriented? Where's Main Street? Is it like in terms of like compass directions? How's Main Street go?
So the castle. So if you're at the foot of Main Street, the castle is due north.
Yeah. So at Epcot, and you're entering the park. Like, what's the main sort of axis of Epcot?
Yeah, it runs north south. So if you're at the main entrance, you face in Spaceship Earth. You face in due south.
Yeah, which has always bugged me a little too. That you're looking south.
Bug me.
Yeah. Which way does Hollywood Boulevard run for the studios?
It runs, if you're standing at the foot of Hollywood Boulevard looking at the Chinese Theater, you are looking, I'm probably going to be wrong, you're looking northwest.
No, you're all wrong. So you are, it runs, if I understand how you're saying, you are looking, I got to get a map now to make sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure you were looking southwest.
Okay.
I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah. It's definitely not north-south. I know
but that's my point. Regardless of which way it is, it makes me nuts.
Same thing with Disneyland. It's due north.
Yes.
For Disneyland, you're looking at the castle, and then California Adventure is due south,
Right.
as you enter.
And I don't know why it's always bugged me, but in a way that I never said like this bugs me that this doesn't run north south. But I have never felt like, and I remember I said before like it's Main Street just doesn't feel like a Main Street. I know it's not Main Street. You don't have to write it in the show. I know it's not Main Street, but I mean it's main thoroughfares, main avenue.
Hold on, I'm writing into the show.
You don't have to write, Glenn. No, you don't have to write. You know where I am. I'm talking about all the other people. We need a name for our army, the Starport Army. Or I guess they'd be like the Air Force. I don't know.
The Rocketeers.
There you go. So have you ever thought about that? Does that? And it just feels disorienting to me. Like sunrise. I don't know. It feels disorienting. And I realize I'm looking for this. Like this, without realizing it, this bugs me about the park. And then I can kind of see why they do it because of where they put it. But then I started thinking about like, when they first bought this land, they could have put Magic Kingdom anywhere, facing any orientation. Yeah. And I was curious. I got to go read some old history stuff because now I'm curious, like why did that become? And I don't know if you know, but that's one.
I actually don't know.
Why did they they got all the survey equipment out and they the people with the the flags and they're measuring all the land and all right, here's where the hub's going to go. I'm just wondering why it ended up there. Probably to do with the lakes and stuff, I guess. But anyway, I just had a vent. Thanks for letting me vent. I was curious. Does that never really bother? That doesn't bother you about studios that it runs like all cockeyed like that?
No, but you know what does bug me?
your co-host?
No. What does bug me is they don't have the outline of Mickey anymore. Like I know it's been decades since they've had that, and it was only there for like when it opened and everything else. But I always thought that was the coolest thing when it opened.
You know what? It never even occurred to me that's not there anymore. Like, what destroyed it? What changed it?
Hollywood Boulevard. I'm sorry. Sunset Boulevard. When they put in Tower of Terror.
Oh, right.
They put in because the I could be wrong about this, but I think the Hollywood Bowl. So it used to be. Do you know what the Hollywood Bowl was? Where?
What was that a question?
Yeah. So when the park opened.
Yeah.
In 1989 until 1993. Okay. When you walk down Hollywood Boulevard towards the Chinese Theater,
right?
Once you got past the, was it the 5 and 10 shop and all that on the right?
Yes.
They had where Sunset Boulevard is now, the entrance to it.
Yes.
They had the Hollywood Bowl, so it was a little theater, and that's where they originally started doing the Beauty and the Beast stage show and everything, and that's where they would
not
have
where it is now. You're talking about there was a different one.
Yeah, different one. Yeah.
Okay.
This was right on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And that's where they used to do the celebrity interviews when they had the celebrity of the day, the star of the day, and everything. And so,
I see.
So anyway,
See, I was never at the park in that era. I was by the time I got there, they had already built the Tower of Terror.
And
but
so
but it's interesting you say that because that always bugged me too. That sort of little side shoot of that street is like it just didn't feel like I don't know, it just didn't feel like a park should. But go ahead, I interrupted you.
No, I was just gonna say I think the Hollywood Bowl actually made the other ear, the right ear, if you're looking at it from above.
Okay.
But they had to paint like part of it on another building, like I think on the top of the Brown Derby. Yeah. And so anyway, it was an optical illusion anyway. You could, you know, if you were in a plane over it, you could see it. But
right.
So it's been gone since 1994 or 1993. So I don't have much to whine about. But it's still it was a cool thing, and they hyped it up. It was like, oh hey, look, you know, and it's
still the world's biggest hidden Mickey, right? I mean that's
exactly what it was. Yes.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for letting me get that off my chest. I just it really it was a revelation to me that I'm just like staring at these maps on Google. I'm like, yeah, that's always bugged me about that. But all right.
And by the way, real quick, Animal Kingdom is the same. It's north south.
Yeah.
So you enter.
Oh wait, it is.
I thought it was so you enter too. And if you look at the Tree of Life, once you get through the Discovery Island, then you're looking north. Okay. Well, kind of slightly. It's northwest, but it's still it's close enough to north.
Gotcha. I thought I looked at it. It wasn't, but I see. But it's not as it's still not as definitive of a layout as like the other parks are. But I mean, I guess given what kind of park it is, it kind of makes sense. But and when you go into Epcot, you're going down south instead of up. I don't know.
That one bugged me because they made the effort to name Communicore East and West. And once you got in, you know, because you're heading south,
right?
Your East and West was messed up because you think you're going, you know, you just think you're going north, right? Or up. Right. And so it was like, wait, West is over here and East is over here?
I know. I'm with you, man. All right.
So
glad we worked that out. All right, thanks for letting me rant about that completely unnecessary rant. All right, what else do you want to talk about? Any on the news?
So last week we talked about Maleficent in the fantasy. What was the name of that parade? Festival of Fantasy.
Festival of Fantasy. It's in the song. You should know that.
Man, I haven't seen the parade in a while, and I won't. I mean, well, anyway, I might see it, but
you better. You have to now.
Well, I got to see the change anyway. So the big news was that you were there the day that Maleficent caught on fire.
Yeah, we cover all that.
And so I don't know what we talked about it last time. They just replaced the Maleficent float with a gazebo or something, right? That's Sleeping Beauty and Prince Philip.
Yeah, you can get it from the Lowe's catalog. I think I said you can just
exactly right.
Gazebo 1201.
Right. Yeah. So, but I haven't heard I still haven't heard anything. What caused it, or what happened, or what the future plans are, or anything like that.
No, me either. Do you think they'll do like a? Because I think there's got to be some news outlets that'll kind of keep asking the question, right? Even though I'm sure Disney would be happy not to answer it, but
I think it'll be one of these Disney sites that talks to a cast member on the sly, and that's how it'll get out. And I think people are just really wondering what happened. How did it happen?
Yeah. And the only thing I was going to mention about it, because I don't think we talked about it last week, and I felt dumb about it, but they have the same thing in Paris. They have the same float. Yeah,
I didn't realize
but it has not shot fire since the incident of 2018.
You're kidding.
Well, no, because we talked about will it come back and stuff, and I think. But anyway, I just want to mention it because some people did say, "Hey, dummies, don't you know that thing's over there?"
I did not.
I forgot or didn't know or whatever, But anyway, I just thought it was interesting that no more fire right now when they figure it out. But I really hope we do know, just because I don't know. Be curious. I know it's embarrassing to them, but I'll be curious. But anyway, all right.
All right.
I got some more follow up. It's like follow up day.
Right. We did talk about something else that I think you have some information on, right?
Yeah, I do. Only to say that I confirmed what I thought when we were talking about it, which is just I'm really out of date with my because my Disney knowledge goes back so many decades. We talked about length of stay passes. So I did some epic journalism, and I went to the Disney World site and looked at the passes they have, and nope, no such thing as length of stay anymore. That you basically just buy. I mean, I guess it kind of is because they have different day packages for each thing, right?
Yeah.
There's 4, 5, 6, 7. So you could because you can kind of tailor it to whatever your stay is, but they don't have what used to be called length of stay passes at all. Not that it matters, but I just wanted to close that loop. And
well, I did find out that DVC you do get, even though tickets aren't part of your DVC, because it is, I guess, a Disney resort, you do get the 60-day privilege.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it does not, to me, it does not look like you have that 7-day limitation either. So if you stay for 10 days,
that's the other thing I saw. Right, was that is the only thing related to length of stay is whatever your resort stay is. Then you can book that far. You can book the whole thing there.
Right. So only annual pass holders and day guests have that limitation.
Yeah. Yay us. We win.
Yay us.
Anyway, I just want to make sure I close that because it was kind of open question for me.
Yep.
All right. What else? Any other news going on? Any Magic Kingdom news? Anything happening over there?
So yeah, there's a couple things. One is which I showed my daughter, and she cannot wait to try this. There's a purple wall slushy at the Tomorrowland Terrace. So it's what, $6, and it's
nope, $5.99.
$4.99.
Is this the place that used to be the noodle shop?
Yes.
For like one brief period where you and I ate one time?
Yeah.
I wish they'd kept that. I like noodles.
I know, it was good. So let me. Okay, so what are your thoughts about that? I mean, we're gonna try it. We'll spend the $6 and try it and take our pictures and everything else.
Yeah. So I like that it's in the rundown for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's the drink itself. I think it is looks disgustingly delicious. It's kind of the best way. That's how I would bill it. Not even sure what it is. Do you know what is it?
Okay, so it's a mix of milk tea, purple food coloring, and tapioca boba.
Oh, it's a boba tea, essentially. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm down with that. I like those.
Okay.
Do you like those? It doesn't seem like something you would like.
I've never tried it.
Oh,
and those bobas scare me. Like, I don't know what those are.
That's my favorite part. You get the big oversized straw so that they have room to go up the straw. I love those things. Yeah.
That doesn't sound appealing. But I'll try it. I'll try it.
Why not? But the coolest thing about this is they made it to match the wall, right?
Yes.
And like the picture it almost looks like they did the picture wrong on the menu and the thing because it looks.
It does, right?
It looks like brown, like tea or something. I think somebody just read the description and just made a picture out of it. but the actual picture that like somebody took pictures of it in front of that wall, it matches almost perfectly.
Purple, yeah.
I mean, there's lots of different shades of purple in there. But the other reason I was glad to see this here is that I wanted to talk about this wall a little bit. Have we ever talked about this wall? Good.
I'm glad because I was gonna segue into this.
Okay, well, good. So you can educate me because it seems like to me, like I never heard about this silly wall before, and then all of a sudden, there's this wall and the Epcot wall that are like the walls. Like you're supposed to get your pictures in front of them. Like, all right, so give me a look. What am I supposed to do with these walls? Why are they important? When did this happen?
So, so it started a while ago. Last year, the year before, somewhere in there, right? So this is, so everybody knows, the wall to it's the outside of Monsters Inc. laugh floor, right?
Right under the Wedway.
Right under the Wedway, leading from Main Street to Tomorrowland Terrace into Tomorrowland proper.
Right.
Okay.
Behind the rocks.
Behind the rocks.
Yep.
So there was this wall that was painted solid purple. Okay. People started taking their picture in front of it because it was a solid color and it was purple. So it was, it's not a common color, right? And I don't know how it took off, but people just started taking their picture in front of it with their
when you say
mouse
picture,
ears.
Like selfies? Like
selfies, yeah.
Hey, I'm at the Magic Kingdom, like I'm at Disney World, yay,
right.
That kind of thing?
Yeah.
So, but how long has this been a thing? Like,
I
to me,
mean,
it seemed
it's
like it
been
happened, like-
purple for
No,
ages.
no, I know that. Right, but I mean that it became like the place to
don't-
take your picture.
I don't know, like a year or so ago.
Oh, so it is fairly recent. It's not.
Oh
that-
yeah, sure.
Okay, because it seems like to me it like popped out of nowhere. Like everybody now. I mean, there's a drink specifically for like they did.
Oh, there's a
redid the
hat.
wall and there's a drink. Oh, there's a hat.
Yeah, it says "Meet me at the purple wall." It's a
No,
purple
there
hat.
isn't.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I gotta find that now.
Megan almost got that hat.
She should have. Well, let me see what it looks like first.
Oh, it's awful.
Of course it is.
It's
like this
purple
drink.
and it has the font of like Tomorrowland, and it just says "Meet me at the purple wall."
At the purple wall. Oh my God, no! It's a good thing she didn't get this.
Exactly.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is. It's awful.
Okay.
So people started taking the pictures, and so Disney said, "Oh, well, if people are going to start taking the pictures, let's pay attention to this wall and let's try to do something."
Let's
and so,
brand it so it really is a thing.
as they're repainting all of Tomorrowland,
Yeah.
they said, "Okay, well, let's paint this wall," and because they're going with more, from what I understand, more whites and more, I don't know, not as colorful colors,
Right.
but they wanted to keep the purple wall somehow, so it's purple geometric shapes, but then it blends into white, right?
Yeah.
So it goes purple.
What do you think of the
geometric
design?
shapes and then white? I'm sorry.
What do you think of the design? It was just a flat purple wall before, but now it
was.
almost looks sort of
It's
like
fine. I like it.
geometric
It's kind
and
of
sciencey
Epcotish. So
facets, right? A lot of triangles and things.
yeah.
I love it. I saw it last week, and I'm like, it made me want to go take my picture in front of it. I didn't, but it made me want to.
Yeah, it's cool. And then at Epcot, there's the bubblegum wall, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, I get the feeling that one has been around longer for some reason. I don't know why I feel that way, but
Yeah, I mean it's been
Am I-
there, like they
no, I
haven't
mean, but
changed.
it became a thing. Like
Yeah.
that was the first wall that became an iconic wall. I thought, but maybe
No,
not.
the purple wall was first, but
Was it? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then in Disneyland, there's I think a pink wall. Like there's
Okay.
something else in Disneyland.
Yeah. Well, I was reading up on this last time I was at the parks actually. While I was my family was off riding Soarin' or something, and I was sitting there doing some research, and I was at the land, and I found out that the land mosaic is apparently another wall that you're supposed to do this in front of. So I
Nice.
did my selfie there because
I like that.
I got at least one. So yeah. There's even a magic band meet me at the purple wall. Did
Oh,
you know
is
that?
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first one that they're really trying to monetize.
Which makes sense.
Oh,
and now
I mean,
they have a
they're
drink.
monetizing everything, so why not a wall?
Oh, here we go, Glenn.
Well,
It's a business, Glenn. We've
I
covered this
know,
before.
I
At least a few other shows. They're trying to make money. They're trying to get along in this world.
right. I know. Poor Disney.
But I kind of like the band. I don't know if I'd
The
wear
band
it, but
is
I
really
kind of
cool,
like it.
and you know why? You know what does it?
Because well, you tell me.
The
Oh, wait,
retro
I know
Disney
what,
World
yeah,
logo.
I was just about to say it. Yeah, it's got like the silhouette of the castle, and the old original Walt Disney World logo with the big D. Right?
Yep. Hmm.
It looks pretty
Yep.
good.
Bananas.
Chuckles. Yeah, bananas. Good one. Yeah, I like it. Wow. Okay, so I had
So
no
yeah,
idea
we're
this was a
gonna
thing,
we're gonna
but
get
now I know.
this slushy and we're gonna take our picture.
Gosh, well now I know what I want to know when this is going to be, so I can at least watch and mock. Yeah, I want one of these. All right, $6.
Yeah.
I work. My office is right above a Asian food place,
Oh,
and they sell these boba teas not in Tomorrowland purple, but just regular ones. They're $2.99 in this size. So it's funny. All right, $6.
Who's complaining now?
No, I'm not complaining. It was a statement of fact, sir. All right, I gotta do that. I gotta look at your schedule, see when you're gonna be over there. I'll join you. All right, cool. Well, that was fun. Can't wait to see what that tastes like.
Yep.
All right.
So there's something else new coming to that area of Disney World, of the Magic Kingdom specifically,
More food items?
at the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant.
Man, it's a happening place over there.
It really is. It's crazy.
This is later on in the day once you've taken your picture at the thing,
Yeah.
at the wall.
So they have a new fireworks dessert party, but apparently it's after the fireworks.
Yeah, like you watch the fireworks and then
Yeah.
you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which why wouldn't
cool.
they put it out before and then like you eat like during
Yeah,
during the
that's
event?
I guess. Right. That's what you would think.
All right. Well, let's explain it. So you get what kind of desserts? What kind of desserts did we do the run through?
Yeah, so it looks like there's a s'mores action station.
Wait,
is this right?
Action station. What
On
does that
the
even
menu
mean?
for the sweet experience are treats inspired by each of the lands of the Magic Kingdom Park. Okay.
Oh, I see.
So the offerings are the S'mores Action Station for Frontierland,
Okay.
the Pineapple Delights for Adventureland,
Okay.
Ooey Gooey Toffee Cakes for Liberty Square,
Uh-huh.
Macaroons for Fantasyland,
Macaron. Mm-hmm.
and a cookie table for Tomorrowland.
And I don't know what to do for Tomorrowland.
Right,
Cookies.
right, and strawberry tarts for Main Street.
How are cookies Tomorrowland? That's the
And
best
then
thing to do.
There's also savory desserts for cheese cubes and spinach dip, and
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that table is not going to be visited too much.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is this expensive? So I guess you book this. They rope off a little area,
Yeah.
and you watch the fireworks, and you get dessert, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's nicer than like trying to jam into the ice cream shop like everybody else does. But how much do I have to pay for this privilege?
So you only have to pay. It's a bargain basement price of $69 for adults
Okay.
and $41 for children.
Whoa. 41 for children. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
for adults, I'm like,
They
all
can eat a
right,
lot of
I can
Tomorrowland
kind of see
cookies.
that. I would have put this more like $20 for kids. I mean, how much are they
You're
going to
so
eat?
silly.
What, seriously?
You're so silly.
41. And where did
You're in the velvet roped off area.
Yeah, okay. So basically you're paying for access, and
Yeah.
then you just get some treats to go with it. That's
Yep.
really what it is, right?
Yep.
Now come on. $41. Why $41?
I don't know. Maybe does it roll up with tax to like 45 or something like that? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It just seems silly.
Of course it's silly. 69. Why not make it 70 and 40?
Well, at least that has decades, centuries maybe of
I know.
of merchandising that everybody knows that sounds cheaper.
Right,
than
so
70,
39 for children.
Yeah, 39 or even 44, like 41. So random.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I really want to do this. When can we start doing this?
You can go do it anytime you want and give us a report, man.
Well, actually, wow, we are recording on the 24th, and it turns out today, well, actually, no, it's the 24th now where I live. So Thursday the 24th is when you can start booking online.
Nice.
So
And that would
Just-
only be $220 for me and my family.
just in time, man, that is a lot of macarons.
Oh,
Or
I would be
cheese.
bringing a duffel bag, by the way. Oh, I will get my $220 worth of dessert.
I got my
I am not
fold-up
ashamed.
England. Well, we all know that, sir. Here's a picture.
I will
here
wear my
all-
sweatpants. And
I can't wait
dude,
to see somebody have some.
I will get my
pictures of this.
fill.
But again, and this is the same thing we go through all the time, Glenn. If you're and you should see this because this is you're kind of in this camp more so than I am. But if you're doing a once a year trip, or maybe like the only time you might be going as a family, and you want to see the fireworks, and you hear how great it is, you know what? You say, screw it, I'll pay the $200, and we get to see the great fireworks. And then it's not about the food. The food just is the nice little cherry on top of the sundae, so to speak, right?
Sure.
Okay.
No fireworks
We
are
need-
worth $220. I'm sorry.
Well, but if you've never, to you, because you've seen so many, you've seen so, but
guess.
there's so many people out there that they haven't, and maybe they wait years to see this, and that's the only
maybe.
time they're going to go, and
True.
don't be such a snob, don't be such a park snob.
That's exactly what I
You
am.
park snob, you are. Man, that cheese looks good though. There's a picture. on the
It
side of
does, right? I'm looking at it, I'm like, that, honestly, that's what I would be heading for.
Where did we find this? Kenny the Pirate. Do you know Kenny
I
the
have
Pirate?
never seen this site before,
Yeah, it
but
just came
hey,
up in my
man, he's
feed
got
somewhere.
The goods.
Kenny the Pirate. Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah.
Never saw that site. Anyway, all right. Gosh, do we have more dessert things that are coming up that we can spend a lot of money on? Anything else?
I don't know. Are there?
No.
Okay.
That's all
I'm
we got
looking
this week.
in case I missed something.
No.
Well, okay. Well, there actually is something. There's
Oh, is
the Millennial Pink cupcakes.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Where's that? I don't see that on the
So
list.
they're
You
selling
going off
them
script.
at various places. I know they have them at the Land at the Seasons food court. But yeah, so they're Millennial Pink, and they have
What does that mean, millennial pink?
they're rose gold color kind of, right? Whatever they're calling, I don't know.
How did that get to be called Millennial Pink?
Well, no, that's not true because it's pink. Millennial Pink is like a lighter shade of pink. It's not the rose gold. I don't know what the deal is with the rose gold. Maybe because it's
Apple
more
started
associated with like
Apple started that whole thing.
yeah, with Apple exactly. And so
Right.
Disney's trying this Millennial Pink now.
I see.
It's slightly different, but it's close enough.
Why
Anyway,
Millennial seems done, but
so
okay,
there's
whatever.
a cupcake. So it's a pink cupcake.
Oh, I see. Wait, are these the ones shaped like? No, not the. Oh, there they are. They have little mouse ears on top. Those? Is
Yeah.
that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Man, there's all kinds of. Is this unusual? I just never paid much attention to this before, or like it seems like they have a lot more of these sort of special treats and things that are like, like it used to just be like
Yeah.
you got your
Oh, no, I
churros
know.
and you got your turkey legs and
Yeah.
But
so
now
how
they
much,
have all these
let's
sort
see,
of
how much
limited
are they
run
charging
things.
for these? I mean, it's $6 for the for that tea. These are they're not gonna have it on this one. How much it is?
on the Disney blog. No,
Yeah, because they never give the prices.
right? I'm looking
They're
at that
too
too.
embarrassed to.
Millennial
Only-
Pink treats have arrived at Walt Disney World. So there's quite a few of these. There's a drink.
They're really. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah. There's also a at the very bottom, there's like a milkshake,
Yeah.
a pink milkshake, and then I think they put cotton candy on top.
Is that what that is? It's like in the shape of mouse ears, like surrounding
Yeah.
the straw. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. It looks like, I guess it could be cotton candy, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, these look, maybe because they're pink and they're not purple like the other thing, but these don't entice me at all.
So there's a lot of stuff out there, man.
Man, that is a lot of sugar. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Oh, look at it. Oh, this is nice. This is a little more on the elegant side. They have these little, I guess they're pink champagne flutes with like these little Minnie Mouse toppers on them that I'm assuming are made out of chocolate or something.
Yeah,
That looks nice. Wow, they got all kinds of things.
they do.
How would you know about this though? Like if you're not, if you're not up on the, like if you're not studying up and listening to this great show, how would one even know?
I don't know.
I guess you kind of just see them there, or your friends tell you. Oh, Yacht and Beach Club has a special thing. God, I haven't been over there forever. I used to love it over there. Not the Yacht and Beach Club specifically, but that whole boardwalky kind of area.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been there too. Actually,
All right, good. Wow, we're on a roll. Any other treats? Any other ways I can hit my caloric intake at the parks?
no.
No? Okay.
This episode is sponsored by Parkleap. Do you hate waiting in lines for your favorite rides at Disney World, Universal, and Disneyland? Of course you do. Everyone does. Parkleap tracks current wait times for attractions in real time, analyzes them, and gives you immediate guidance on what to ride now and what to skip for a shorter wait later on. Parkleap saves you time so you can do more, see more, and ride more. Many theme parks provide their own apps, which is great, but they only report the times. You only get information, you don't get guidance. Is that 40-minute wait good or bad? Parkleap can tell you. Parkleap also includes an interface that is clean, quick, and easy to use. Many vacationers travel to multiple theme parks. Now one app does it all. Whether you're a local resident, an annual pass holder, or travel great lengths once a year or every few years, you want to make the most of your time and money. This is the app to get to help you do that. Get Parkleap in the Apple App Store. And thank you to Parkleap for sponsoring Starport 75.
All right. We do have some news about like people visiting parks, though, right? This seems like something you ought to talk about. You're the stats guy.
Oh God. Yeah. So all right. So the theme TEA. What does TEA stand for? It's the Theme Entertainment
Association.
Association. Okay.
I don't know.
Let's say that.
An
So-
industry group.
An
of some
industry
kind.
group, they survey the crowds at all of the theme parks around the world, including museums and water parks and everything else.
Mhm.
And so they put out annually around the end of May, start of June, they put out a book that lists all of the attendance. Now, none of these are official counts, right? Disney doesn't give them the counts for
Yeah, why would they?
each park and
Right.
everything else. So these are estimates that they base on, whatever factors and everything else, right?
Yep.
So they recently just came out with their latest numbers, and the Magic Kingdom at Disney World has been the number one theme park for at least the last 10 years. I think there was a time when Tokyo Disneyland was higher. But
and these are just raw attendance numbers or estimates, essentially, that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so just to give a little reference, in 2008, so 10 years ago, the attendance was 17 million. Last year, for 2017, it was 20 million people. So what does that average out to a day?
No, I was actually going to say the same thing, or even on on a week basis. But before you get into that, people can't see what I'm looking at here, but if they could, they would be astounded. So this is a spreadsheet that you've been have you been keeping this for this long, or did you go back and fill this in?
No, I just put it together this weekend.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You put in all of these numbers?
Yeah, man. What else am I going to do?
So people, listen to me. This is how nuts he is. There are 87 rows of parks around the world, not just Disney parks, all kinds of parks. And I don't know, 10 years, 2008 to present, through 2017, I guess. And your master of ceremonies here, Mr. Glenn Welch, has all the attendance numbers for all of these. So we're talking, whatever that math is, dozens and dozens of numbers here. My gosh.
So what, they put numbers on. What am I supposed to do? I put them in Excel.
I see numbers. I need a spreadsheet. That's just how
right.
it works,
I need to know. I want to graph them. I want to see where,
Wow, this is astounding. Yeah, I did want to know per day because that just eyeballing it for the Magic Kingdom to go from 17 million to 20 million and change, 20 and a half. That seems like a pretty significant jump that one would feel on a regular basis, and why I complain about why there are so many people there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 56,000 a day in 2017.
Okay. And they're always right in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. And that is, in 10 years, that's an increase of 19.8%.
Wow. Pretty good. It's a shame they're not charging money for all these people. They'd be making a pretty penny.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Okay. So between 2015 and 2016, there actually was a slight decrease. Okay. And we talked about that. We started the podcast in 2016. Right. And we were hearing reports of during the summer there was a slowdown and everything else, and the numbers actually do reflect that. It's not much, I know, but for the trend to be,
right.
2013 you're at 18.5 million, 2014 19.3 million, then 20.4 million, and then they stayed essentially even. Right.
These numbers are astounding. You just think that this number, that's one park, Glenn. That's just the Magic Kingdom. That's not Disney World. Just the Magic Kingdom.
So,
wow.
What I don't know what's the average rate?
I don't know.
I love doing this, right? So
I was going to say, we don't have to do math live, though, for,
Aww. Let's say it's $45 a day.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Average is probably higher than that, though. A lot of people do single day tickets, right?
They do. But that's 920. That's almost $1 billion.
Jeez.
At $40. So 20. Did I get that right? Yeah. So 20.4 million times $45 comes out to $920 million.
And that's just attendance. And what would you, if you were to spitball it? Yeah. If you were to spitball it, what do you think like a per person spend per day would be? I know what I spend. I'll say what I spend. I spend probably, and just we don't even go for that many hours a day, but we easily spend another $60-$80 a day, I would bet.
Yeah, well, so
we usually eat there, whatever.
Right. But, so okay, say 60 for you. For me, because we're eating lunch and dinner there.
Right.
That's just lunch and dinner will probably be about $120 together. Souvenirs, say another, $40 for the family. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Right. Not per
it's like $150. I don't know what I just came up with, but let's say $150.
So another $25 or $30 a person, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's that. And think about that for a second, right? And this is why they entice all the annual pass holders to come back because we think like, annual pass, like just human, psychology. You think about the attendance or the entrance that you pay, right? The $45, $50.
Yeah.
But think about what we just said. We're paying almost that again
Right.
for all the other stuff that we eat there, right? Or all the other that we eat there. It's usually food. All the other stuff that we get there, right?
Yep.
And that's why they're like, sure, pass holders, come on in and get your magnets. Come
Sure.
on, you know?
Right.
Aren't you
So that's
hungry?
another at $25 a person.
Yeah.
That's another $500 million, $511 million.
God, and if they charge for parking at the hotels,
Oh man, if they would. So let's say.
just go listen.
Well, now you're getting into way too many variables. But I think we came up with $100 million for
that's insane.
occupancy and everything else.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, another
Crazy
100 million on top of that.
Wow. All right, so Magic Kingdom topped the list.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I'm surprised it beats Disneyland. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Of course, that doesn't count California Adventure.
no,
I
it
just-
doesn't. But
Because and I know they're roughly the same size, but just Disneyland has so much more in it, and it's just where it is, and I guess it doesn't beat it by a whole lot, but by a couple million. I don't know why. I just and I thought there were a lot more day guests that went to Disneyland. So
Well, there are.
to me,
I mean,
that
if you
seems like
think
it
about
would push that number up for some reason to me. I don't know.
well, no, actually, I think it's pretty impressive for Disneyland because it's not a destination vacation, right?
Yeah.
Like
guess
if,
you're right.
if
It
you're
would
going to
kinda-
Disneyland, you're generally going to Los Angeles, right? And
Yeah,
it
right.
might be a day or two of your trip, and then you'll go see Hollywood and everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So me as a person, I'm not getting counted for 7 days or 5 days. I'm only getting
Correct.
counted for maybe 1 or 2 days. Okay.
Right.
I could see
Because
that.
on my trip, when I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom probably at least 3 times, probably 4 times during my trip.
Okay. Yeah,
And I'm going to stay at Disney, and go to the other parks, so my number's going to be counted there.
Yeah.
So going to Disneyland, if you spend a couple days there, it's it takes more to get those numbers up, but that's where their annual pass holder base and locals come in, so they fill up the parks,
Right.
more than the tourists. So
Right.
so it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's a couple million less, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty darn good. 18.3 million.
Yep. A couple other interesting stories here. So,
Well, the biggest story
yeah, go ahead.
is,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
to me at least, the biggest story is that for up until 2016, the second most visited Disney World theme park was Epcot. Since 1982
Yep.
through 2016, it was Epcot.
It was easy to capture that title in '82, but yes.
True. Good point. Until 89, a 7-year run. That's all.
Okay.
So it's still last year Epcot actually it did go up by a few 100,000. So there was no decrease with Epcot, but the big story is that Animal Kingdom beat it out by just
Sacrilege.
300,000 visitors. So yeah, it goes Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, then Epcot, and then Hollywood Studios. Now Hollywood Studios,
Well, get ready. It's coming after that
'cause
title.
It's gonna be the new number 2,
And it's not that far
very
behind.
soon.
So studios are at what, just under 11, and
Yeah,
Animal Kingdom was 12.5. So $1.5 million difference.
Yeah.
Roughly.
and for
2
that many
million.
people to still be going to Hollywood Studios with
Yep.
half the park shut down, that's
Right.
pretty darn impressive as well.
Yep.
It still beats out Universal Studios in Orlando.
That blows my mind. I mean, so there's a couple of different stories there. One, I'm shocked now, with Harry Potter, how many people go there, that it's not higher in the list because it's at about 10 million or so.
Yeah,
But what is amazing is if you compare the pre-Harry Potter attendance to the
Yeah.
post-Harry Potter attendance, it
Crazy,
is like
right?
nearly double, right? So
Absolutely.
nearly. 2009 was 5.5 million,
Yep.
and 17 was 10 million.
yeah,
So yeah, so check that out.
yeah.
Thanks, JK.
Exactly. Same thing for Islands of Adventure. If you look at it,
Yep.
Well,
Well, yeah, it gets the halo effect.
yeah.
Well, it's
well,
split
no,
between the
because
parks.
it
Yeah,
actually
yeah. Okay.
opened. Harry Potter opened in Islands of Adventure first.
Oh, it did. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
the
in
other way
both parks.
around. Yeah, I forgot about
But
that.
Hogwarts was first in
Oh, okay.
Islands of Adventure, and then the more recent one is actually the one in Universal.
Right. Here was one of the most surprising things to me on this list, though.
Okay.
And I first misread it. I thought the number 5 on the list was Universal Studios Orlando.
Oh,
Turns
yeah,
out
right.
it's Universal Studios Japan,
Yeah.
which I got to be honest, I don't even know if I knew there was Universal Studios in Japan. So And it is fourth down the list, so it's above Animal Kingdom and above Epcot.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Did they have Harry Potter and all that as well, or
They I think they do. Sorry, I'm looking it up.
you just make it up? Nobody's gonna.
I could, but you know,
No, I'm not gonna know to correct you. I was just like, nothing here really shocked me because it was like Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, okay. Then just under was Tokyo Disney Sea, which okay, and then Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Shanghai Disneyland. Like none of that surprises me, but to see Universal Studios Japan up in the fourth place spot, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, they do have Harry Potter.
Okay, maybe that's what. No, but maybe that's why. But even back 2008, they were still pulling in 8 million people. A year. That's pretty good. Good.
So
for them.
the so when did this open? It opened in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And they have Harry Potter. It opened in. It won't tell me.
That's all right.
But so you remember they announced Universal announced they're going to have the Mario Brothers, Mario Land,
right?
That's why they're building it there first.
Oh, right.
So
we
a
did
couple
talk
reasons.
about-
Well,
like,
a
I
couple
just
reasons.
didn't connect those things. Okay.
Yeah, they want it open for the 2020 Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it as well. But also that's their most visited park. So why not put it there first?
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. And it looks like to me, just going down your awesome list here, the lowest attendance Disney park is Disneyland Paris at about 5 million. Is that
No,
right?
not Disneyland Paris. Walt Disney Studios Park.
Oh, what is that? What's Walt Disney Studios Park?
It's the worst park on the planet. It's connect. The only thing they have in
Apparently.
there that is of any value is the Ratatouille ride, which is coming to Disney World. So,
Right.
but that's the only thing they have that's really original. It's almost like a best of park.
Okay.
They've taken they have Rock and Roller Coaster there. They have
Oh, okay. So it's just like a miscellaneous.
I think they have Tower of Terror they put
I see.
there. So it's a miscellaneous park.
Yeah, because Disneyland Paris got about the same as it's like 9.5 million, I guess. So
Yeah.
similar to some others.
Yeah, Walt Disney Studios Park is down to 5.2 million. It's really low
All right.
compared to the
Legoland.
others.
Do we have Legoland on here? Did it even make the list?
Not Legoland in Florida, but Legoland in Europe did.
Yeah.
It's
and
on
in
there
the
2
UK,
times.
I see here.
Yeah.
Really? Legoland here didn't make the list? Come on.
No.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's a lot that didn't make the list.
I mean, some of
in
this
the United
attendance is under 1 million. Surprised.
States.
Wow. Fascinating list. Are you going to share this with people? Are you allowed to? Is this
I
proprietary info?
can. I don't care. I mean, it's
That's
all
pretty cool.
they've released it, so I just put it in a nice format.
Yeah. Knott's Berry Farm. Is that still a thing? I mean, I know it's still a
Yeah.
thing, but did you
I mean,
go
look
there?
how high it is on the list.
Yeah, I guess so. 4 million? I went there. Long.
I've never
long
been
time
there.
ago.
I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
Just because it was around when Walt,
Yeah.
they were kind of competitors.
That's what I mean. It's
and-
got some historical significance to it.
yeah,
so.
exactly.
Hey, you know what else you ought to do here is if you did this by region, because you have the category for region.
Yeah.
right? I'm wondering what the growth numbers are from region to region. Obviously,
Oh, yeah,
Asia,
you could do-
Asia
well,
Pacific's gonna knock
right.
it out, I bet. But
No, United States.
you think?
Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean in raw attendance. I mean in growth, like in year over year.
Oh, and growth? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they opened Shanghai Disneyland just,
See, so I'm
2
right.
years ago, and that's 11.
And whatever-
It was up to 11 million last year.
Yeah, and whatever Chimlong Ocean Kingdom is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Okay, I want to go there now. Well,
But
neat.
they also had a lot that closed. If you look through the list, you'll see a lot
Yeah.
with that had attendance that don't have attendance now.
I don't see that.
If you go down, the list,
down way down the
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah, okay.
like there was this Sea
Yeah.
Paradise that had 4.5 million, and then it just dropped off.
Wow, how does that happen?
I guess it closed. Maybe.
Yeah, but if you pull
something
in
else
4.5 million people and you can't
Oh.
make a living out of that.
I know.
Busch Gardens Europe in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah, it's actually in the U.S., but it's
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but that's weird. I could see why that didn't make it. We Americans, we don't care what's happening.
It's still open. It just hasn't on the list.
Oh, they
they
didn't
only
post?
give the top 20,
Oh, I see.
and so it falls below some of the others.
Oh,
you know.
okay. All right. I see. Yeah,
But
well,
yeah, if you look at some of the sad ones are SeaWorld.
Wah, wah. Oh, SeaWorld. Yeah.
It used to be
SeaWorld.
way up there, man.
Yeah,
And
where
it's
is it now?
6.2 million, and now it's down to 3.9 million.
Wow. See, you lose Shamu. That's what happens.
Yeah. And then Busch Gardens in Tampa is about the same. Well, I mean, it's decreased. It's a little bit. I mean, it's fallen down the list a little. It's not drastically. It didn't take the fall that SeaWorld did, but
Yeah.
it's not growing.
Seemed like that came out of nowhere with SeaWorld. Right? It just seemed like all of a sudden they were in deep trouble.
Yeah.
I always saw them as the good guys before that too, because I guess maybe their
Yeah.
marketing worked on me, but they always seemed like they made a point of saying we save and rehabilitate these animals, and I never saw, was it Blackwater? Is that what it's called?
Blackfish, I think.
Blackfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackwater's different.
But
Never
you know
watched
about it.
I do know about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
so do I.
Yep, and I know that at least then I shouldn't have supported SeaWorld after knowing roughly about it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not to get too far into, I know we're,
We're out of time. So
at our imposed time limit, but way back when it was owned by by
Right.
Anheuser-Busch, right? So they had money and they had marketing behind them. When I was a kid, SeaWorld was huge. It
Yep.
was like, oh my, that was the other theme park that you went to,
right.
and it was still really big. And then they sold it, and ever since then, I think it's gone through a couple different owners, and
Yep.
it just, I don't think they have the same zest for the theme. I mean, they really should sell it again to somebody who really cares about it and wants it to succeed. Because I think all of that, just like you just said, it worked on, that promotion and everything else worked on you, right?
Right.
And it did for me too. And so that stopped though at some point. So I don't know.
Yep. Well, I can't remember. I went once, like years ago. I haven't been back since, but I predict they will come back around. I think once everybody gets past that shock, and then they don't have the whales anymore, and I bet they find their way out of it. I'm gonna predict that. I like that.
Yeah. Look, put more roller coasters in it, and it can become a roller coaster park, and people will go to it.
Yep. Well, they're kind of doing that too, I think, right?
They are, yeah. They have that VR
Right.
roller coaster,
Right.
which I don't
VR.
understand, but okay, good.
Cool. Well, I liked it. Cool spreadsheet, man. So,
Yeah, I'll put it out there.
Yeah, why not? Interesting stories for the theme park world.
Yep.
But again, very shocking about Animal Kingdom. I don't understand these 8 million people or whomever went there. 10.8 million. I don't understand you people, but you must like it.
Yeah. You know what? That's fine with me. Let them all go
over
man.
there.
Suck them out of Epcot. Take them out of Hollywood Studios. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
but
be
next
over
year, next year they're all gonna be in Hollywood.
Oh my
Studios.
god! Can you imagine what it's going
I
to be?
can't
like?
imagine. I totally can.
Ugh.
I listen to this podcast where they talk about it all the time.
So real quick, since we're talking about that,
Yeah.
do we want to talk about the? They announced the
Yeah, sure. So we have some official dates, right?
the date-ish
Or
is-
seasons.
Yeah,
Seasons. Rough
So-
timelines.
yeah. So yesterday, Disney came out and said that Disneyland's Star Wars Galaxy Edge is going to open in summer, early summer, right? I think it said.
Sure.
And then Disney Worlds, as we've predicted for both of these, Disney Worlds is going to open in Hollywood Studios in late fall. Which, what else is happening in late
I
fall?
don't know. What else? Tell us, Uncle
wait.
Glenn.
It's the release of Episode 9.
Yeah, but you know what? There's so many Star Wars movies coming
I
out now.
know.
Try to open a park when there isn't a new Star Wars movie.
Well,
that would be more
no
impressive.
kidding, right?
So, are you looking forward to Han Solo?
I am. I mean, yeah. What the heck? It sounds like it's getting some bad reviews, but I've seen mixed. I've seen people who said, "Yeah, it was really good." That it really it's Lando steals the show the whole time, but
Yeah.
others said it's a horrible movie. So I don't know.
I am not like anxious to see it. I feel bad about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of want to go see it in the theater just to support it, just to show that, hey, yeah, I like other Star Wars movies as long as it's about, as long as it's a good story. But I don't, I have other things to do. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might watch it because I'm on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I don't know. Mainly I want to see it because I'd want to see it in the theater setting, and I want to make sure I see it before I hear too many spoilers. That,
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm really kind of somewhat anxious to go see it, but otherwise I'm like, I don't know.
Did you go see Avengers?
No, I told you last time I'm way behind on my Avengers watching, but you saw it. You liked it, right?
I did. It was good, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
but that's something else we can't talk about because... There's, there's major things that happen.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard this big spoiler. So yeah, I don't think we're out of the window yet where you can.
Oh no.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but see, even in that franchise, I'm like, even if I knew, I'd be like, okay. Like I have no real emotional attachment to that. I like Iron Man. That's probably about it. Like if there was just a new Iron Man movie, I'd be like, I gotta go see the new Iron Man movie. Yeah. But like I don't know. I think we talked about it before, but it's like these giant casts of superhero movies, they don't really do much.
Yeah. It's no Superman with Christopher Reeve.
It's no Superman with Christopher Reeve. Before the show, Glenn and I were talking about that, and I shared some music because it's how we were talking about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I realized as I was listening to that music that never occurred to me before? That music is very Disney World-ish, especially Epcot.
It is, right?
I never thought about it before.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if it's just the era or what, but I am. It's like you're listening to it. Like this could be like the entrance music as you walk in Epcot or something.
You can absolutely see that. Absolutely. That's
never occurred to me before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's for all you listeners. Go check out now we're not. Well, gosh, we got to be specific. Which Superman we're talking about?
The only Superman that there is. Okay. How about that?
The only one for you.
The 1978 Superman. All right. The definitive Superman.
My God, did they even have movies then? Was it in black and white?
Shut up.
Was it a talkie?
Shut up.
All right. Funny. Is that a show? Did we cover everything we were going to talk about?
No, there's one more thing.
There is? What is?
Yes.
What?
Are cell phones ruining theme parks?
Oh my gosh, this could be another hour-long thing.
No.
Oh, it could be. All right. No. Are cell phones ruining a thing? And it was funny before we said this because I put this in the rundown. And you're like, you sure you want to talk about this? Because you make apps for cell phones. But I think it's a different case. All right. So will you put the link to this in the show notes?
Yes, I will.
So it was just an interesting thing. I'm not saying I agree with this or disagree with this, it's certainly not a scientific study, but somebody had to do some. He goes by the theme park guy, Mr. Zwanger, Stefan Zwanger. Mm-hmm. I guess he goes to the parks a lot, and he has pictures that he took back in like 2010. And now in 2017. In 2010, of course, there were smartphones, but not quite to the level they are now. And his pictures from 2017. And at least in the selection he shows, and that's my main gripe with this, is that, okay, well, these were clearly edited. I mean, I'm sure I could find, pictures that prove my point either way. But let's just suppose for a second these are somehow scientific and random. The pictures that he shares from 2010 show all these people, no cell phones, having a great time, talking with each other, laughing, et cetera, et cetera. And in all the 2017 photos, there are people taking their selfies. They're looking right down on their phones, like they're, looking up whatever the latest Disney app is. Everybody's staring down on their cell phone.
The official Disney apps alone.
Official Disney apps. Anyway, so, I guess the general thing here is that people are missing out on, they're too worried about posting to social media about what a great time they're having on their vacation in theme parks to actually have a great time at their theme park. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much well, let me ask you, what do you think about this? Did you read the article? Did you do your homework? Or did you at least look at the pictures?
I looked at the pictures. And
okay.
Yeah. So
high school all over again.
I think it's, I think it's a much, much, much bigger. I don't think it's just theme parks. I think all of us through life are doing that more, and you see that more and more. So I don't think it's a unique thing to theme parks. I think it's just everywhere in general.
I could probably argue either side of this, because there's so much about this that it depends, and it depends on, because like if I go to Disney World and you followed me around like you occasionally do, and you were to take a picture of me every time I was looking at my phone, and you'd say, look at all these, all he's doing is staring at his phone.
Right.
But the reality is, I'm not only staring at my phone the whole time, right? I pick it up, I use it, I take a picture of it, I look at the thing, but I put it back away. So, but on the other hand, I do, and I think this comes down to so much about how much it grabs people's attention, right? I can dip in and pop out, and what I find in my own use is that what am I trying to say? The dynamics I feel more is that the reality is pulling me away from the phone, meaning like even those times when I try to use, like if I'm going to order from the Disney app or something, if I use that, the pull is for me out of that. But for some other people, I think they get sucked into it because they're posting to social media and stuff, which I don't do too much while I'm there. Maybe I send a picture to you.
Yeah.
So it's just so much depends on the individual's attachment to it, I don't know. There's a whole lot of hand wringing about it, because obviously we don't know how it's really going to play out or what the real effect is. But it's an interesting question either way. But
it is, and I'm looking at this picture, and one of them they show a row of people sitting down, and they're all looking at their phones. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's say it's a bathroom break time.
Right.
And you sit down, and that is the time when I would pull out my phone and look.
Sure.
Check email or whatever, just because it's a break time. It's not like the parade is going on in front of me and everybody's looking at their phones. It's so you're right. I mean, he could have captured these. We don't see, because they are so close up, we don't see the actual environment that they're in,
right?
And what is going on around them.
And here's the part, and obviously I'm very pro tech guy, because it's my life and my livelihood and etc. I very much I don't have a whole lot of concerns about technology, but one of the things that people say a lot about technology is like, oh, it's keeping us from connecting, right? It's like all we're doing is social media, and like you're talking about these people that are all sitting there on their phones, like one young lady that has sort of like she's like really close to her face, right? So she's totally absorbed in that phone.
Yeah.
But I think the dynamic that people miss out on that is, let's assume that some percentage of these people, they're talking to other people on the other end of that phone, whether they're posting something to Facebook or they're text messaging something. I know for a fact, just from my own experience, there are a lot of things that I shared with you. I got to share things that were happening at the park with you because I'm at the park and I'm texting with you.
Yeah.
That if I didn't have that conduit, maybe I would remember to talk to you about it later, but it wouldn't be as immediate. And it's not, it's almost like you get to share remotely, not even vicariously, but remotely share, where if you didn't have that, then you wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Both sides of this coin, obviously, but I think the real lesson is it can't be the thing that controls you. If it augments, then right. It can help, but it just depends on how much it sucks you in. But
yeah, and you can make the argument about me, right, with my camera, because I take a gazillion photos, and my kids, they get aggravated. They
complain about it all the time
for taking a lot of photos, but. I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking of, right. This is something they're going to have and they'll appreciate when they get older.
Right.
But if somebody followed me around and took pictures of me every time I took a picture.
I have those. Yeah.
You do. You're right. And so you would think that that's all it is, but
right.
But I do try to be aware and try to, I do try to live in the moment, and that's not really all I'm doing. But I do it a lot, and so I could see.
Yeah, but I still hold firm on my stance. Remember the Disney app we talked about before that's coming out? Experience the theme park through the app while you're there. That still seems because I think what that does is it's too much pull into the device.
I can you're right. You're right.
So I still kind of maintain that. So it just so much depends on how frequently, how much you're actually present, which you can't really gauge just by pictures of people. And like you mentioned, photographs, there's a whole lot of value and I'll forget the concert analogy or story there, but just especially for theme park visiting, how much value do you get? Because later on you do, even if it's just running in a screensaver you have in your office or something, remember that trip, we did that thing and blah, blah, blah. And if you didn't have your phone, you didn't have it out, then, you wouldn't get to experience that,
Right. True.
So I don't know, so many ups and downs, but I mean, very interesting to see.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought it was interesting, not because the story or the report answers anything, but it certainly raises some interesting questions.
Yeah. Anyway, but along those lines, though, if you have a really good app that helps you navigate the parks, that's really worth your time spent in the app. But this, if the app like loads quickly and you can access it quickly, then
that sounds like a quality app.
Exactly. I mean, that is worth your time in the parks to check, right?
Well, thank you for the plug. I assume you're talking about Parkleap.
Wouldn't you agree with that?
I would. But joking aside, but think about how we've made Parkleap intentionally is that, it's really based around notifications so that you don't have to be in the app all the time. Or like you said, make sure the app loads fast and it's easy to get to so that you don't have to spend a lot of time in it. So you get the advantage of the technology without it having to, monopolize a whole lot of your time.
Unlike the My Disney Experience app.
Yeah, that thing's, I've been,
It's graphics
some
heavy.
rough spots. It certainly is graphics heavy.
So, anyway.
All right, but be in the moment, people. Be there.
Be in the moment, right.
Thanks
all right.
for
picks of the week.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're still doing that. Yeah. I have a quick silly one.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah,
I do too.
So do you use web browsers? Do you use
I have in the past, yes.
Do you? Yeah. So occasionally you go on the internets, even though technology's bad, as we just covered.
Yeah.
Well, do you? Sorry, 1 second. Do you? I gotta get my reminders up here. Do you use tabs? You ever see those in the web browsers? Have tabs.
Yes.
And when you launch a new tab, what does it show you? What do you see? Anything? Just like a list of your bookmarks. Like you create a new tab, right? I'm going to do a new tab and search for Disney stuff, right? Shows you bookmarks. That's boring, Glenn.
Right. Well, I don't, but go ahead.
Okay. Most people do, right?
Yes.
That's boring.
Right.
So many years ago, I started using a Flickr plugin, a Chrome plugin or extension, I guess they call them there, for Flickr that would give me, it just pulls in from like interesting photos from Flickr. Mm-hmm. But I used it a long time, and I gotta say, for whatever reason, the quality seemed to go down and the variety seemed to go down. So I went looking for a new jam for this.
Oh, okay.
So I found one called Dream Afar, DreamAfar.
Okay.
And I like it because it has a bunch of different source selections that you can pull from, like 500 pics, Google Images, just some of the big sites around that have some really good pictures. You can also have a clock and weather show on there. So it's really nice. But I'm mentioning it here because I end up getting a lot of Disney and I frequently get Disney related images that pop up in it too. Mm-hmm. So I liked it. It's free. It's a plugin. Just makes the world look nicer. If you don't like this one though, the other thing I was going to say is kind of the tip side of this. If you don't like this, but you're looking for something similar to it, there are about 1 billion dozen of these kind of apps that will put something in your tab when you create a new tab. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like what it shows you, then if you just go look in extensions for like a new tab or whatever, there's some cool ones. But I like this one, Dream Afar. It has lots of like travel-y kind of pictures and things like that. Like I said, you can kind of pick where they come from and what they look like and such.
Oh, that's actually pretty good because I've been using the Flickr one, and I thought that's the one you were gonna recommend. But now I'm gonna have to try this one. Oh yeah, and I did that one because of your recommendation way back when.
Oh gosh, it's been a long time.
Years, yeah.
Yep. So they pull it from, I guess Dream Afar has their own pictures. They get them from Google Earth, Google Art, Bing, 500 pics, Flickr, and Unsplash. So they get some pretty good sources for them. And occasionally I'll see a Disney one pop up and they look nice. So they're high res, good looking stuff. So that's my pick, free of charge.
Okay, cool. So mine is, so I'm going on this trip soon and I'm driving. Mm-hmm. And when I drive, I like to eat sunflower seeds.
Oh, good.
No, you don't like to?
You shouldn't. You're not supposed to do that.
Why?
I don't know. Texting, I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, not texting. No. All right. Anyway, so I usually take sunflower seeds with me, and I like the flavored ones. and
Wait a
regular
minute.
ones.
You like
But-
the flavor? What are they flavored like?
Well, okay.
Like
So
grape?
normally, like there's I've gotten like barbecue, right? But like dill pickle and
Oh my god, that sounds disgusting.
no, it's awesome.
Okay.
It's like vinegary. It's awesome. Anyway, so usually I get the David's or the big brand name, whatever. But and it's the weirdest way that I found out about these. But so the brand is I don't know how to pronounce it. It's CHINOOK.
Of course. Chinook.
Chinook. Okay,
Yeah.
Chinook Seedery.
Okay.
They're from Texas,
Hey.
so you
All
may
right.
know. I don't know if you know them from there or not.
Never heard of them.
But the way I found out about these seeds are actually from I follow a site that reviews logos and design
Okay.
changes because
All right.
I love that kind of stuff.
Uh,
And so they just went through and redesigned all of their packaging and came up with a new logo and everything else. And I love the look of it. So as I'm like, what is this?
Why do you like the look of it? What is it about the look that you like?
Oh, I just like the look of it. It's
Okay.
hard to explain.
Fair
but
enough.
you'll see it in the link. When you click
Okay.
in the link,
All
you
right.
can go to. Anyway,
No, I'm looking at it now. Oh, it's pretty bold. Wow.
it is. It
Okay.
is, right?
Wow.
So I started looking at it. I'm like, well, what's so cool about these seeds? And so they're all natural or whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll give it a chance. So, so Amazon has a variety pack of 6 of them. So I ordered it, and so the flavors are smokehouse barbecue, dill pickle, original,
Mm-hmm.
Parmesan and pepper, hatch chili, and then the one that
Hatch
really
chili?
intrigued me was cinnamon toast.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. So I opened up the
I said,
cinnamon.
"Oh dear." You said, "Yeah."
I opened up the cinnamon toast when it got here and ate a few, and they're pretty good. So the nice thing about these is some of them, you put them in your hand and like you get all the flavoring, the artificial flavoring off on your hand. These have a very subtle flavor. It's not. It's just a hint of whatever flavor it is. So it's nice. It's not overpowering. It doesn't. You don't get messy. So they're the little bit I've had so far, they're pretty good. So anyway, so that's my recommendation. If you like sunflower seeds and you like the flavored sunflower seeds, give these a try.
Done. I ordered some.
Do you like sunflower seeds?
I do. Yeah, I thought at first you were talking about the kind that they were still in the shell, and I'm like, well, how do you deal with that when you're driving?
Yeah,
and
well, these
such?
are still in the shell.
They are. So all right. So
Yeah,
how do you do?
I-
They
I
spit
have a
them out
cup.
the window? Or like,
I have
what
a
do you
spit cup.
do?
I
No, you
do.
don't. Oh, that's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Absolutely.
Why does your family stay with you?
I don't know. They do though. So,
So these-
yeah, I put some
okay.
in my mouth, and it gives me something to do while I'm driving, and spit out the shells.
I'm gonna try these just because I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give you the cinnamon toast ones.
Okay, I'll take them.
Really? It doesn't taste like artificial flavoring.
No,
Like-
like I said, it's just a slight cinnamon toast, cinnamon flavor to them.
Okay, if you say so.
So I'll be trying all of them as we.
All right. Well, look, they'll be here Saturday, and we can compare notes.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
All right, I'll give it. So, all right, yeah, little spit cup.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm from Louisiana, man.
Yeah, that's true. What
you know,
movie?
I'm a
wasn't there a
hillbilly.
movie where somebody tried to be cool and like spit something out the window, but the window was still rolled up? You know, that-
That would so be me. Absolutely.
yeah. Oh, that's exactly what I pictured.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta say, you and their branding has convinced me. I'm gonna give it a try.
Isn't
These are
the
not cheap. You
branding
didn't
nice
mention.
though?
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
It almost looks sort of like Native American-y, kind of like, but bold colors with
it
triangles
does,
and things.
but everything like fits perfectly, right? It just I don't know. I like the packaging.
Yeah. But you didn't mention the price. These aren't cheap.
They're not cheap. Yeah,
No.
they're not.
You gonna
It's only
mention the price?
$300 for the 6 bags.
per sunflower seed.
But you can subscribe and save. I don't know if
Did you do that?
No, I did not do that. No.
No. Okay.
These
can
6
even get-
bags will last me a long time.
Oh, really? I'd be through with these like in a weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How big? They're not that big. 4 ounces.
They're
Right? Each one.
They're
It's 4 ounces. Says it right here.
yeah. It's not overpowered. Yeah, yeah.
With the shell. They're just so much work. Sunflower seeds, aren't they? It's like, oh,
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Is it gives me something to do while I'm driving. So
how about just drive and
Well, I am, but when you're driving 11 hours, it's like, it gives your body some. I don't know. It like your mind has to.
Yeah, I get it.
Use part of it to multitask, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay, wait, what is this? Sunflower seeds, sizzling bacon. Ooh. What's that brand of sunflower seeds? Like, I only ever see like that one brand. What, like?
It's probably David. I mean, that's the one you see in the store.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the one the ball players have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, aside from the flavoring, do you think these are like any difference in sort of like quality of them, or?
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Is they're supposed to be, the whole non-GMO thing. I don't care about. Right. You can genetically modify all my food. I have no problem with that. Make it good, okay? No insects, and make it good, okay?
No insects. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't care about that, and I don't care about gluten-free. But there's like there's no artificial colors, which is cool.
Yeah.
No MSG, which I don't care. You can give me MSG
again. Load it up.
No problem with that.
Yeah, David, I'm looking at the thing. Then they have flavored ones too.
Oh, I know. That's the ones I usually get. That's the brand I usually get, and they're good. I'm not saying they're not good. It's just that I wanted to try these. These seem like premium sunflower seeds. So I wanted to give them a try.
On the David site, they say these are the official seed of baseball and softball. Just generally, not saying the MLB.
Oh, so that means they're not.
That's right. They're just saying of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coaches recognize your players. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, funny. Yeah, they get barbecue, cracked pepper, ranch. Hey, they have pumpkin seeds. You like those too?
I've never had pumpkin seeds.
Oh, I have. They're good.
I'm sure they're good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, they're on their way. I'll have them Saturday. Maybe when I'm seeing you.
Maybe.
Okay, buddy.
All right. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, I guess next time we talk, we'll be talking.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, drive safe with your sunflower seeds.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Starport 75. Follow Chris on Twitter and Instagram at CBGray, and Glenn on Twitter and Instagram at DizWiz. Follow the show on Twitter and Facebook at Starport75 and Instagram at TheStarport75. For all things related to the show, including show notes and links to connect with us, visit us at starport75.com. This episode is sponsored by ParkLeap. Do you hate waiting in lines for your favorite rides at Disney World, Universal, and Disneyland? Of course you do. Everyone does. ParkLeap tracks current wait times for attractions in real time, analyzes them, and gives you immediate guidance on what to ride now and what to skip for a shorter wait later on. ParkLeap saves you time so you can do more, see more, and ride more. Many theme parks provide their own apps, which is great, but they only report the times. You only get information, you don't get guidance. Is that 40-minute wait good or bad? ParkLeap can tell you. ParkLeap also includes an interface that is clean, quick, and easy to use. Many vacationers travel to multiple theme parks. Now one app does it all. Whether you're a local resident and annual pass holder, or travel great lengths once a year or every few years, you want to make the most of your time and money. This is the app to get to help you do that. Get ParkLeap in the Apple App Store. And thank you to ParkLeap for sponsoring Starport 75.